Hi, I'm Blade.
I'm Devin.
And we're working together on our Planet Rap final project. We were interested in seeing what went into making a hip-hop track, and so we wanted to show you what we made. So here we go. First, let's talk about the setup. We're running Pro Tools on this computer. And so Pro Tools is a digital audio workstation. It lets you edit music that you record or make on the program with different plugins and whatnot. Over here we have our mixer. This is the MBox Mini by Avid. This actually came with Pro Tools. Pretty sweet little system right here. And over on the right we have the Axiom 25. This is an M-Audio MIDI controller. It's kind of like a synthesizer, but it's different because you need a digital audio workstation or some sort of equipment to understand MIDI output as opposed to a synth, which can be just plugged into a monitor. Alright, and I think that's all the equipment. Other than that, we also have a bass guitar that we used. Devin was our accomplished bassist on this track.
It's a beautiful bass.
Making the beats. So let me show you here on screen. We have quite a few tracks here, and I've actually separated the drums into a kick track, a snare track, a kind of open hi-hat, and a closed hi-hat. In hip-hop, you really want to layer bass tracks quite a bit, so that's what I was trying to do here. So let's see if I can give you a taste of what we got. So that's our kick, and that's actually a modification of the kind of a standard hip-hop track that we saw in class. See, I'll try adding the snare and hi-hat and closed hi-hat to see if you guys like this beat. I think it's pretty sweet. So, that's what we started off with. And when you're making the beat, you definitely have to play around with a bunch of different things. I actually used the Boom plugin, which is built in here in Pro Tools. So all those drum sounds you heard were actually from that program, and I spliced them together and edited them to create this particular beat.
Alright class, this is the bass that I used to do the recording. It's a Fender Jazz bass, that's not that important. The sound we were going for was the New York City kind of old school hip-hop, and what they did was they sampled a lot of George Clinton P-Funk samples, so I wanted to emulate that. I wanted to do something funky and something that fit the drum set part, so this is what I came up with.
Alright, and you guys will see when you listen to the rest of the track that we actually put that bass through quite a lot of distortion. We turned up the gain here on the bass channel up to max, and then put it through a plug-in on here that actually added a little more distortion. Laying down the synth. We actually used built-in Pro Tools plugin for this. It's called Expand 2. You've got a ton of options here. Tons of different sounds you can get. Polysynths, synth brass. We actually used for this a polysynth sound called FM Guitarish. And Devin's going to show you what we played for that. Hello, Devin.
Hi. So for this one, we kind of had the G-Funk like high synthesizer thing in mind. So.
So when we went through this, there's quite a bit of editing that happens after you've recorded and played a bunch of stuff on synth and whatnot. A lot of these tracks were split up in different parts, had to put them together in groups, putting a lot of stuff, sliding it around to make sure all the timing's correct. You have a fade here, bringing in that synth track that I've called Bells. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. Anyways, yeah, a lot of editing, lots of volume changing. We've got a little drop thing here in our drums. You can see the volume drop and then come back in right before the beat comes back in. So that was all done in the editing process, and that actually takes quite a while when you're making a hip-hop track. Well, yeah, so that's the making of this hip-hop track, which we're about to perform for you guys. Hope you like it. It's pretty old school, pretty funky. There's a break beat at the end. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Alright, class, so we're about to rap for you, show you guys our finished product. These words are some words that I wrote. They kind of touch upon some of the concepts we went in class concerning post-colonialism. Its start, how you can still see it today. Hope you guys like it.
Here we go. Imaginary lines. For time and space, between gender and race, discriminating by faith. Based on 500 years of colonial tradition. Those with ammunition forcing people into submission. Exploitation, killing all in the name of profit. Subjugate the nation and then make a dollar off it. From 1492 till 1945, and you think that 60 years could erase all the lies?
Consciously ingrained into the system's mainframe. Inherent missed opportunity causing population pain. Using gangs to respond to institutionalized violence. Those without a mic have no choice but silence. So raise your hand if you ever felt oppressed, stressed, depressed. Second guess the system, everyone is a victim. Let your voice be heard, make change a reality. And remember, my good people,
we are not humanity.
That was the one. That was the one.
That was the one. Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We had a great time. Thank you, Professor Griff. You're the best.
Yeah.
Thanks again, guys. And,
peace.